Hello, everybody, and welcome to AI Limit. So, I beat this game, I want to say maybe a week or two ago. I bought it, beat it within like a span of a week, and played it for a good while, nonstop, a few days here and there. Took me about 15 hours to beat or whatever. And I just really, truly, absolutely, 100% enjoyed the hell out of it. Now, there are parts of it that are kind of like, I don't really care much for that part, or I don't care much for this, but for me, this whole thing was just like, damn, like, when I'm playing it, I'm like, wow, I really want to do an LP of it, for God's sake. I don't know, it just clicked. Everything just clicked. And it came in at the right moment where I was getting back into the Souls-like moods. Let me move my mic here real quick, it's kind of bothering me. Might have to turn it down, too, I don't know. Might have to turn up something else. It seems like it's really loud, like it's peaking a lot. I don't know why it's... Because I didn't change my mic settings that much, that I know of. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and cover up a few things real quick. At the start, like I do with every other thing. First, one thing I want to say, though, is... I know it's... At this point, it really is just truly a joke of like... Oh, he says he's going to be done doing LPs. He's got no more left, and then he just does it anyway. I thought Uncharted 4 was going to be the last one, blah, blah, blah. Well, right now, as it stands, Uncharted 4, once I finish Uncharted 4, I plan on making that the last one I start. That I start. Now, if I'm doing co-op or something, that's a whole different ballpark, so those don't count. I'm talking about, like, if I finish Uncharted 4, and then I'm like, I want to play Craft's Trilogy by myself, then I'll probably just say, hey, you said you finished Uncharted 4, let's just leave that be, and what have you. And then, in terms of the actual LP itself, what endings am I going for? Because there's at least 3 endings. Am I going to do everything? How long is this going to take? How many videos are we expecting to have? Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Well... This game took me about, I want to say, maybe 15 hours or so to finish. And if that gives you any idea or any indication of how long these will be, considering the fact that, like, I do play these games for, like, 45 minutes. So, if that's any indicator, I would say probably, like, I don't know, anywhere from, like, 15 to 20 parts, maybe, give or take. And yes, I do record in 45, and I still record in 45 via this, or even just for, Souls-like type games. Now, this first enemy down here, when I first played this game, what I ended up doing was I just said, screw it, I'm going to come back, I'm going to go get a bonfire, and then I'm going to come back and then go beat it that way. And it worked last time, so I could always theoretically do it this time. But yeah, ending-wise, I plan on doing Delpha's ending, so I plan on getting ending 2. I got the normal ending last time, which was just a regular old-fashioned ending. I didn't do anything special, I just kind of ran through the game. I ended up actually getting quite a few trophies, funny enough, while doing it too. I did the entire game completely blind until the end of the game, where I just could not figure out where the hell you're supposed to go half the time. So... yeah, and I'll probably be using a slight guide to go find all the soil, for those that are kind of aware. Soil basically makes it to where I get more Estus Flask usage. And right now, we don't have anything that gives us Estus Flask. We got these mud balls we keep picking up, but those are basically life gems from Dark Souls 2, if anything. So yeah, these first beginning enemies are pretty pathetically easy. I'll show off the skill in a second that we actually do have. We are using Rusty Sword, which will basically be changed out. This is a backstab maneuver. That kind of thing, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, I plan on getting the Delpha second ending, like I just said. I'm not going to probably go through and get all the endings or anything like that. Okay, yeah, this is your skill. And it wastes that bar there on the bottom. That very, in the middle, the center bar with that wavelength thing, that's your sync bar. And pretty much that's what allows you to use skills. It allows you to use a plethora of moves we're going to get later that I'm not going to try to spoil too soon. But I'll talk about when we get a chance. You build it up, it actually lets you do more damage. The higher up it is, it lets you do more damage, which is something I completely forget about. But yeah, the higher that bar is, more damage. The less bar it is, the less damage. That kind of thing. Here's our first boss. Actually pretty pathetically easy. If anything, this is more like the Elden Ring tutorial boss, where it's just stupid easy. Stupid easy to dodge, stupid easy just to, you know, just avoid attacks like that just in general, because it just misses. They blow up, by the way. But yeah, it's so funny, like, I was able to get through the game, for the most part, without too much problems. And, you know, just even like the boss fights, you know, I did a pretty okay job at. Trying to find Medusa was kind of annoying, though, but then I looked it up and found it, so, yeah. Also, we probably won't do too much NPC talking this time around. This is just going to be one of those, I'm playing the game for the sake of playing it. And I've been, okay, I was on and off about this the entire time. Like, the entire time I was playing the game, within that, like, that week span or whatever it was, I was just so on and off about doing a Let's Play of it, because I'm like, well, I'm doing too many at once, I'm doing this. And now I just said, screw it, whatever, we're just going through it, because I've been wanting to do it so bad. Here's our first bonfire. I've been wanting to do it so bad, so I'm just going to go ahead and just do it, because, you know, fudge it. And I would love to get the true ending, which does actually have an extra boss fight in it. But there's so much shit that I think you have to go through to even get it. So it's just like, I don't know, man. I'll just get all the soil stuff and give it to Delpha and all that fun crap and then just go from there. Oh yeah, by the way, the white bar underneath the sync bar is your health bar. And there is no stamina bar. And for those, it's probably like, oh, well, that's awesome. You know, I love when a Souls game does not have a stamina bar. Weirdly enough, I actually kind of do like it when they have stamina bars. But I'm not against this game not having one, to be fair. Also, if you're wondering, like, what's the point of her left arm? Well, we find that out. Yes. But it's more so a thing we will see later. Well, not too much later, actually. It has its use. It's actually a useful thing to have. You know what's funny is, like, watching this game, or watching these cutscenes back, and realizing what's going on is kind of interesting. And right now, we should be able to pick up new weapons, I think. At least I thought we could. Because I thought that she gives us weapons. Okay, so we got Life Dew. Which basically is essentially the, we're gonna go with Longsword. Well, I'll play Dual Sword for now. I went Greatsword last time and completely changed it out for a regular sword. Which, by the way, when we get to that point... Oh, yeah, this is how you switch between weapons. I'm not going to carry both at once, but... And you can actually switch weapons mid-attack, too, which does not waste sync, which is pretty neat. But I never bother. Again, treat this like as if I'm playing Bloodborne again for like the millionth time. We're just going to be playing it. I'm not going to probably explain too much. And if you're wondering, is this game worth it? What do I give it a score out of 10? Well, honestly, like an 8.5 out of 10 for me. So that's high praise. This game is close to Bloodborne in terms of how much I just had a good time with it. Maybe not exact, because like the reason why it gets like an 8.5, not like a full-on 10 or like a 9, the environments are just kind of whatever. And, you know... I don't mind doing side quest stuff, that's fine and dandy, but there is quite a lot of side questing going on too. That's not a deal breaker though. That doesn't give it a minus point, because that's something that you can just avoid. It's not like I have to do side quest in order just to have any sort of fun or whatever. You know, I never really used dual blades actually in my playthrough. I just kind of did my own thing here. We're going to get like a specific sword later. I'm just probably going to use that. There is actually a sword in this game that I don't think I ever got, which was basically a Virgil sword, where you could do the judgment cut and everything. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this game's not perfect, but it is really damn good though. And it's funny too, because it was only like 35 bucks. It was 35 bucks, and I got all this, you know, tons of content out of it. And I was like, God damn, like... a whole 15-hour playthrough for a $35 game. So, color me impressed. And yeah, I probably will show off the gun shot thing that we can do. That little laser thing we got from the first boss. I'll show that off right here. That will probably never come off. I'll probably switch it for something every once in a while to kind of show them off, maybe. But that's another thing, too, is like I might not show off a lot of stuff. Just for the sake of... shit. I normally don't use mud balls because I feel like they're kind of pointless to use, but... they have their use. But only usually whenever I'm not, you know... there's your skill for a dual blade, I guess. I think most weapons in this game have, like, the same skill across the board. As in, like, if you got dual blades, they probably will most likely inevitably have the same stuff. So, here's your heavy attack. And then I guess I could probably just re-equip these and show off the rusty swords heavy attack. And yeah, the heavy attacks do take quite a bit to kind of do, though, as well. Also, here it is. This costs no souls to use whatsoever. So I can just do this pretty much just every single time without any sort of issues. And it does not... no, it does fully heal you. Okay. Also, another fun little cool thing that this game does. Look at the bottom left where my souls are at. Where my soul counter is at. See how that thing next to it is glowing? That basically indicates that, yeah, you can level up. And we're going to be upgrading a ton of just strength. We're going to be doing strength builds today. Well, we're doing a lot of strength and technique build, actually. We're doing both. So, because I can. Because I want to. Don't ask questions, just enjoy. Don't ask questions, just buy product. Just enjoy product. Again, I'm just here to... I mean, if I talk to somebody, it's probably for the sake of, like, oh, am I going to get something out of it? That's pretty much the only reason why. Also, main character is very cute looking. She's very adorable. And she is a robot. I'm going to go ahead and just do the old-fashioned Dark Souls elevator thing. I'll use dual blades for a bit. Not for very long, but it was just because, like, I'm using these because, like, my main weapon that I used in my first playthrough ended up being a sword. Which I'll probably end up, most likely, just sticking with again. It's like Saw Cleaver, where it's just too damn good not to use. And then, my first weapon I truly picked up, or I picked from, What's-Her-Nuts, whose name I always forget, funny enough. The main weapon I picked up from her was actually, sure, I'll equip those two, why not? Oh, god damn it. I picked up a great sword, which is basically kind of like a scythe, because they kind of work the same. If you come here to the right, you can do this. You can also jump. So there you go. We don't have the cool stuff yet to take these guys out better, but oh yeah, by the way, even though you have no stamina, you do technically have a combo system. That's not a problem. The thing is that you got to look out for is whenever you actually stun an enemy. Like you do like a slight stun on them. Because you can technically do that. Purple items are usually something that is, well, you know, good to pick up. And looks like that was a weapon we just picked up. Which, this right here is the weapon I ended up, I think, using the entire game. So, I'll try to do a little bit of variety, but I'm not going to expect too much. If I'm fighting a boss, then I'll probably end up just using what I know best. Which will be the main weapon I'm going to use. By the way, this game also plays in the same case as Bloodborne, where you actually have a... You can, you know, get weapons up to level 10, but it works in the same way that Bloodborne does, where there's an item that you can get, like, you know, those... Oh, what the fuck were they called? Those chunks? Not Titanite, because, like, Titanite, I feel like is a different mechanic. Even though it's actually... No, it's the same fucking mechanic in Bloodborne. I kept thinking for the longest time that, oh yeah, the blood chunks from like Bloodborne are so different than the Titanite chunks from Dark Souls, and it's like, not really, now that I think about it. Okay, you know what, never mind. It's basically Titanite, it's basically Bloodborne's, you know, blood chunk stuff. So, there you go. I know I'm going to keep comparing this to Bloodborne. This game is not Bloodborne. If anything that's closer to Bloodborne, it's probably Lies of P, but even then, still, that's not even that close. It's definitely there. But this game and Lies of P are very similar in regards that they do kind of, for the most part, give off like Bloodborne-esque vibes to it. I get, well, Lies of P more so because it looks like Bloodborne, and in this game because it kind of plays a little bit more like it, sort of, with certain things. Although, to be fair, with Lies of P does have that thing where they have the rally system. So that's still there. Yeah, pretty much for this part, you just gotta hide behind stuff and let him do his thing. Stones are pretty much what you think they're used for. You just throw them. I was gonna say, like, I never go out there. I never even killed that guy yet. I don't think I even know how, to be fair. And that's just a shortcut. You come back from here. I know that for a fact. Yeah, now, for this playthrough, I think I'm just gonna try to pay attention to everything I can. See if I can either find new stuff to do that I didn't do before, or just try out new, crazier things. You know, I'll take the death. I already spent my stuff. Who cares? So, whenever you die in this game, you die in real life. No, you lose a percentage of your souls that you collected. So, it's really not that big of a penalty. It kind of is, to an extent. But if you spend your souls on something, whether it be upgrading or enhancing or whatever, then there you go. Alright, so Counterfield. This is the fucking most craziest thing this game has to offer. You'll see what I mean when we get to using it. You know what? Why not try now? Okay, never mind. How about now? Okay, I guess I'll wait. Okay, to be fair, I'm not really good at parrying these guys. Ah, he's gonna go for a grab. I think these ones just usually just grab anyway, so it's kind of pointless to bother. Sorry if it sounds like my PS5 controller is breaking over here, but God, I'm terrible. Yeah, see, that was way too early again. God damn, sorry. Look, it hasn't been that long since I played. Yeah, now I'm just standing here just taking it. Okay. There. No, I promise you guys, I'm way better at this than I look. I'm way better at that than I look. When I first fought one of the bosses way later in the game, I'm going to say right now, but Loskid, when I fought her, and she got to her quote-unquote Phase 4 thing, for the first time I saw it, I parried the first attack. And then immediately died right after, and then I couldn't parry it ever again. And these guys are a tough parry. I'm going to go ahead and just deal with the guy up here because, yeah. Also, I played this game in the same Souls mindset of, if I see enemies for the first time, I'm going to kill them. If I happen to die and have to go back to that area once again, instead of going for a parry or going for fighting every enemy, I'm instead not going to bother with them and just going to move on. So, there's that. That's my plan. Also, the shooting thing does allow for stopping enemies from attacking, quote-unquote. Like the electric shoot thing I have, it doesn't... It's not a parry or anything like that. It just sort of, depending on the enemy type, will stop them. Wait, this is fucking bizarre. It's bizarre because I remember getting here after, like, I don't know, a few hours worth, and now I'm here now. And it's like, holy shit. By the way, the parry does actually use up your stuff, your sync. However, the cool thing is, you can get it back by doing a backstab or basically a visceral. Which, once again, I know Bloodborne wasn't the one that... I know Bloodborne is not the thing that came up with visceral. It's just... You know, it's just one of them things that... If a game kind of feels close to Bloodborne, I'm still probably going to compare it more so to Bloodborne. By the way, if you take more than one at a time, you can make this thing kind of heal, I think, a little faster, maybe. Or maybe I've been wrong about that the entire time, who knows. Okay, very cool. Mini bombs and carbon. We need that for upgrading our weapons. And I fell off and died. So I'll be going back down there again to try it and see if there's anything else I can go grab. Now, every once in a while, I might end up killing enemies on the way back to where I died, just to get my souls back. And yes, I know these things are technically not considered souls or whatever, but they act like they're souls. So I'm going to call them that. Yeah, so what I mean with this game's just a little too easy sometimes. I never even really mentioned that, did I? I never mentioned that this game is actually pretty damn easy. Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, I had a few boss fights who I beat the first time. Just, you know, straight up in one go. But, of course, there are going to be boss fights that are going to give me some shit. And there's probably going to be boss fights that are still going to give me shit in regard of, like, well, fighting them again, you know. So I wouldn't put it past them to do that. To give me shit. And the good news is, I love how this game also gives you the ability to see whether or not you're going to get an item or not before the enemy is just completely collapsed. Like, you can tell straight up, you know, right away that, yeah, you're going to get one. Also, you know, I would say, like, yeah, this game feels like it might be slightly broken, but it's not. It's relatively polished. It does have those moments where it's like, that's kind of weird. Like, why do they do that thing or whatever? But most of the time, I would argue it's pretty damn polished. Oh. I don't know why I thought that would be anything different. Oh well. I'll save my mud balls for a bit. We do actually get... You can get stronger mud balls later, though. The game is extremely nice about everything. There's something fucking up there in this on the background there for a second. That's kind of funny looking. Okay, I think this actually leads to a shortcut. Or main progress. Looks like potentially main progress, maybe. Yeah, even though there's no stamina, again, you do have a combo system that does end. So you can't just continuously do a combo all the time. But that's fine, because you can just dodge and end it that way if you really so chose. Mechanical part, that's just stuff you sell off. Magnetic Surge, that's just an item you can throw. It's a throwable item. Okay, this is just a dead end area, not main progress. Yeah, see, that shoot gun thing is pretty good at just stopping guys from... No, this is shortcut. Fuck, I'm stupid. Blader armor and Blader visor. We need those, just because why not? I'm just going to put on most of what I can. And there we go. We got our first Blader outfit, too, which is pretty cool. We pretty much are what we are, which we are Bladers, actually. So, very neat. Also, what's funny is, before I bought this game, I went out and I bought Wushang, and I played it for a good bit, and I was doing pretty good, too. Like, I beat quite a few bosses within a reasonable amount of time. And I was like, damn, I'm actually pretty okay at this game. Then I get to, like, I forget her name, it starts with an H. And she was such a bitch. And I still haven't, I just kind of gave up that one day. I'm like, you know what, I'll come back some other point. I'll go relearn the game or whatever. And then this game just has been in my wish list for so long. You know, I've never come back here. I never knew there's anything back here at all. I don't think you can even kill this guy. No, I'm sure you can. I just don't know how. Because I've never found anything that allowed me to do it. So, maybe you could attack him? Because there's, spoiler alert, but there's another guy that shows up later that you attack in a certain way. Oh, well, I guess you probably could do this. Might be a huge waste of time for some, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it. What's the worst he's going to do? A slam move that does barely enough damage as is? But yeah, like, I played a bit of Wushang, and I was like, this game's cool, but goddamn, like, this one character just comes out of nowhere and just completely just destroys everything I've learned so far. Because at that point in the game, you pretty much almost kind of have to learn how to parry. And that's the thing, though, is parry in that game is a skill that you have to learn. I have never done this. Holy shit, and you get one little sellable item, which does barely anything. And there's shit down there to... Oh my god, that's... What the fuck? Yo, we might be going to some blind areas if we're lucky enough. Yeah, we might be doing some blind stuff this playthrough. Who knows? Holy shit. I'll go back. Don't worry. I'll get better at parrying again. It's just these guys, I never really been that good at parrying because you never really learn to parry here. Just saying. Let's go grab those other items we didn't grab yet. But yeah, by the way, that guy is gone. He should be gone for good. And I'll just go ahead and teleport back real quick so I can get my shit back. And upgrade, possibly. Alright. Yeah, this game does everything that a Souls game does that I really, truly like and appreciate. What do I need to equip? Oh, I have it now. Okay, cool. You know what? Just because. This will probably end up being the weapon we use for the longest time. So let's just go ahead and enhance it now while I got the chance. Even though it's a basic, very basic weapon, it's just really damn good. Yeah, I want to go back here real quick because this was main progress. And I want to, you know, get whatever it was I might have possibly missed. So let's just go ahead and grab those stuff, I guess. Because there was like this thing down here I can go do. And I wanted to go do that. But I was like, oh, well, I don't want to do that yet because, you know, that's probably main area stuff. But it wasn't. Look, I promise I'm way better. But I am just flubbing up. It's also been like quite a few days since I played this game. So that also does not help. I've kind of rusted a little bit. Oh my fucking god, there's just no fucking way. We're about to do some... Yeah, we're about to do some shit. That is exciting, actually. Holy fuck. You guys will get to see it here first. First episode of all things, where I just completely go in somewhere blind. Blind Billy. Although this area, yeah, I don't think it is blind for me. The problem is there's a lot of enemies in here. But we can do this, which also goes right through them, too, by the way. It pierces. I'm about to die. I'll show you the mini-bombs, I guess, and I'll show you the ignition thing. Mini-bombs just are that. They're throwable. You throw them at guys. Ignition makes your shit on fire. Which, you know, you could probably just guess the rest. Yeah, don't worry about my damage. I'm not too worried. I'm not that worried about dying anyway. Dying has consequences, but not nearly as much as just a regular Souls game would. That's probably... Let's go do all this crap, and then we'll go do the blind stuff. So. Okay, now we got a halberd we can play with. You guys want to see that, I guess. In action. Yeah, I'll try to show off different things, different weapons. But I don't know where... Hell, I don't think I've even come in here before, either. Actually, I think he shows up later, too. I think. And this is... Oh, this is back here. Yeah. Okay, so we're... So, alright. But there's still something else to do, though. Yeah, there's still shit back here I can do. I think. Because this runs back up to main area. But this... Oh, yeah, this is... Okay, yeah. Sorry. Well, this is, not Reservoir. Okay, that is completely new. As in, I've unironically never seen that before. Let's see what the skills are. Okay. Halberd's pretty good, though, not gonna lie. Oh, that's a dew essence. So basically what that does is it makes my life dew heal more. Okay, completely blind, so here we go. Looks like that's a place you fall. Okay. So we're going to probably have to go... Because clearly you come from up there. There's a whole ass ladder right here. So that's how we get down here. And I think that there's probably not much else we can... I think this is just it. I don't think there's anything else. Like, there's just nothing down there, I guess. Ouch. Oh, I have no healing. Well, if we gotta come back and do it again, then we can just come back and do it again. I don't really care. And these guys are usually just kind of bullies, but... He might drop something. We can try to go kill him. He might drop some shit. I don't know. It's possible. Let me go ahead and upgrade again, actually. Okay, I can't. Alright, well. I know it might be weird that, you know, I'm going just pure strength here. But it works. Did I pick up something? I know I picked up something. I don't know what I picked up. Oh, okay, well. This is mud repair. Mud energy repair damage. Oh, sick. Okay, now I'm actually kind of curious. You know what? Just... I'll kill one. And then I'll heal. I've never used this before. That's kind of neat. Not my particular favorite thing to use, I guess, but still. Definitely very neat. Yeah, usually these guys, they're going to start dropping either healing items or, for the most part, you know, just items that you can sell. Ouch. Ouch. I should probably show off the skill, shouldn't I? And all that other fun stuff. Well, the skill will definitely get shown off later. But I can show you the heavy. Actually, I'll show off the skill. She leaps forward. Or she walks forward and then does a slam. It's pretty nice to actually to use. So wait, hold on. Now this was back here. So then where was... I'm trying to think of where that damn area was. Where that reservoir thing was at. Oh, it's down here, actually. Well, that's just one way to get down there. Or that's probably technically the main way to get down here, if anything. Yeah, we'll upgrade our dew usage at some point, but right now we actually have dew healing upgrade, which was kind of nice. Did I ever see what this goes to? I don't think I have yet, actually. Alright, I'll try to kill this asswipe, but if I can't, then I'm just not going to bother with it. He could be something we can just come back for later. Well, I mean, he can die. Probably just got to make sure that you have enough sync. Yeah, when he does that, he just goes back. Like the little shithead he is. And the thing is, I don't think you can parry if you have no sync to parry with. And that just does damage over time. See if I can land one of these. Good. Because that usually does a stun on him too, which is really nice. Okay, so he's gone for good. When they disappear like that, they're usually gone for good. Oh yeah, so infection just knocks down your sync. It's not really anything too crazy to worry about. And now I got a Shriek Core, which I think you can equip. Oh, by the way, if you lose your sync, like it starts going down way too far, then what will happen is, do we ever equip all these? Anyway, if you start losing too much sync, it'll start eating at your health. So we'll have to be a little bit more careful with how we're playing this. Yeah, it's really not that effective, I guess, but even then still. It's one of those things you really got to watch out for. I don't think you take more damage if you have no sync. It's just more so that if there's like something that drains your stuff, then it'll do that. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to get into all that. I don't think. Oh well. Well, you know what? We pretty much, I think, cleaned out all of the reservoir. So let's just go ahead and, you know, do our fun stuff now, I guess. Real quick, pure crystals. This is what they do. There you go. They give you sync back. It's your sync heal device. And we'll have a point in time where we can't start selling stuff, but that's going to be at the campsite later. So, nothing we can do yet. Shield. Pretty much a new thing you can equip if you so choose, but I think you have to do that. What do you do? What do you equip those out again? I forget. Oh, that's right. If you hold L2, you can hit square and then change your L1 to a shield. We're not doing that. Probably ever. So get used to the concept of I will probably never end up changing much. Yeah, sometimes you can just straight up just do that. Like beat up a guy for a while. And they can't do anything about it. Let me think here. I can either upgrade right now, because I don't think I have anything to enhance with. I can always just continue upgrading damage. And go with that. Oh yeah, we can't cultivate. The game will tell you if you can cultivate or not, so don't worry. You pick up soil to do that with. Well, you pick up soil, you give it to a guy who's at the campsite, which is Delphi, I believe, and then after that, he gives you an item to upgrade your branch. Which makes it to where you have more, a bigger limit of healing items, so to speak. At least it should be that way. These guys usually die in like one hit. Okay, cool. I feel like we already checked all that reservoir area, though. I don't think there's anything else we can do, to be fair. Yeah, sorry, sometimes it just... I'm just kind of here vibing. Just playing the game, having a gay old time. I could take down this bitch, but let's do it. Let's do it because I can. Because I know I can. It's funny, they use mud as a concept in this game, right? Like, you go back to mud and that kind of thing or whatever when you die. So to speak. And it's like, damn, that's some SMT Nocturne shit. Yeah, by the way, you have not exactly hyper armor, but you or super armor for that matter. Well, I guess you probably have super armor when you do that, but it's not that crazy when you do the skill I did there. But yeah, when they die like that, they're gone for good. Just to show it off, let's just put it on because it looks cool, I guess. There you go. Very cute. Also, the person that made this game, or the people that made this game, whatever, you know, whoever's idea it was, had a huge fetish for ponytails. Yeah, see how these guys basically come from mud? And it's like, yeah, that reminds me of, like, Nocturne, where, like, mud people are just a thing. I think that's progress. It's so insane going back to this game, having so much knowledge about just damn near about everything. But I'll tell you right now, that ending area stuff, I was getting to the point where, like, I was so fucking confused. And you know what made it even worse? There's actually a glitch that happens, or that did happen to me for the normal ending, where the fucking thing that takes me to the area to get to the normal ending just would not appear, even after I've already done everything that's required of me to do. So, realistically, it wasn't really my fault, because I beat Lost Kid. I should have been able to go forward and do my thing. But then the game just said, nah, fuck you. And what's funny is, when I beat her that night, I was like, man, I have to get off. I have to get off. It's like, I'm so fucking tired. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning or some shit. I'm so fucking tired. I gotta go. And then I end up beating her. And then get this. Of all things, my fucking my game just straight up crashes. I about to say my PS5 crashes, but no, my fucking game crashes after I beat Lost Kid. I'm like, are you... Alright, I'm like, you know what, I'll take that. Like, I said I was gonna get off, so here's me getting off. Bone Crackers, new weapon. You know what? Funny enough, never really used them. Not gonna lie. Hardly used them. Don't care to use them. They're basically nunchucks, I think. Or at least dual... No, they're not. They're dual blades. Oh. Well, they look like nunchucks. That's probably where I got that idea from, I guess. I don't think there's anything back here. No. And this is elevator, which I think takes us back up to main area stuff. Let's go get this real quick so we have this unlocked so I don't have to climb my way back. And yes, you can teleport at the start, which is really nice. You can teleport between branches at the start of the game. Very nice they let you do that, though. I'll keep upgrading strength until I get to a point where it's just not really doing much for me in terms of damage. Like, I'm getting either no damage upgrade or I'm getting so little damage upgrade that it's just kind of pointless. And then after that, we'll just start upgrading technique or something just to kind of make up for it. I don't think this guy gives us anything anyway. Now, this is finally on this side of the area that we saw earlier. And this is a store. You can buy and sell stuff here. So we'll buy, I'll probably just end up buying all the ponytail or outfit stuff. And we'll just sell this shit, which gives you a ton of money, by the way. And I still don't know why you can buy these for. I've never understood why you can buy those. Usually in Souls games, there's a reason why. Real quick, I guess just to show it off. Here's your heavy. Here's your skill. There you go. Because we're not going to be using that for the boss fight. You know, I never really noticed she had the branch thing on her back there. I'd never seen that much. And that's actually one of the few elevators where there's really no point in bringing it back down. Because usually we just do that to, you know, give ourselves like a shortcut thing. By the way, you can skip cutscenes, so it's not like I'm not skipping up. Oh my god, I forgot about this guy. All right, so this is the first true boss of the game, I believe. The first technical true boss. The rest are just kind of like tutorial things, or you just get items from said thing. So we'll kick his ass. Damn it. There we go. Yeah, I fucked up, but that's fine. It happens. Because if you don't get the visceral off, it's not the end of the world. To be completely fair. So. And yeah, you pretty much have an unlimited parry, but you have to still be very careful about your sync. Make sure it's not, you know, completely fucked, I guess. He will blow. And that will hit you. And yes, this is your Gascoigne of the game. Like, unironically, he's pretty much just Gascoigne. Like, he has like a humanoid fighting stance. And then immediately just... Okay. Yeah, that shit... You can parry, by the way. He does the second attack there. Okay, never mind. I thought he did. But yeah, when he does that leaping thing, just parry it. Oops. I gotta heal. Like, just wait for him to get, like, slightly close. And don't play like I do. Yeah, since I have no sync, I can't really do much. But there you go. Dumbass is dead. We got the nucleus. We got the key. There you go. And we go this way, because that way is back that way. Yes, you can change. Pretty much what this does is it changes our... Like, you have to spend money to do this, though, by the way, which is kind of silly. But we get low energy absorption. We get low retention rate. However, our absorption rate is really good. But I'm not going to bother with it. If it's not going to be plus anything for me, I'm not going to bother. Plus anything in terms of, like, everything's got to be plus. Because if it's not, I'm going to consider it kind of like, it's not worth it.
Thank you.
I swear that's where her name was.
The final redemption. May the branch guide your path.
Alright. So, I'd say that's pretty dang good. We also got another seal, which that is a thing we change, I think, in here. And it took me a long time to figure out you can actually upgrade seals. Like, it took me an incredibly long time you could do that. The game told me I could, but the problem was I didn't know where it was hiding at. And it was right here the whole time. I forgot where I'm supposed to put seals at, actually. Here it is. Wait, no. No, where the fuck do you put him at again? I could have sworn we do it in here, but maybe not. No. Am I stupid? Yeah, I don't really do them much. I don't know why I'm forgetting these things. And down is this. Up is that, yeah. All right, you know what? Anyway, I'll figure it out next time. Maybe. Anyway, that's it for this. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all next time for some more AI Limit. And of course, as always, take care, everybody.